Hello Enchanted ones, and welcome to a week in my life full of exploring. I'm going to take you along with me. Realizations. I just realised that craziness and creativity. So sit back, relax and keep on watching. Hello Enchanted ones, and welcome to the Enchanted Woods. It's a very special video today. If a lot of you don't know already, it was my birthday on Friday, and I'm going to tell you the tale of last week. So I hope you are ready because it was interesting. So here is the tale leading up to my enchanted 29th birthday. The week started very normal. I had completed my video from last week and I was on a high from all of your beautiful comments. But afterwards I looked around and I noticed, as usual, my home was a complete and utter mess. So I spent most of Monday tidying and cleaning, but afterwards I realised my house was not only a mess, but I was a mess too. I just couldn't relax. My mind was everywhere. I tried to put my mind off of the videos, but it just wasn't working. I was just so far up in the clouds, I couldn't come down to earth again. Lo and behold, when I'd finished tidying, I looked out of the window and it was almost a sign to explore outside because it was calling me. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's snowing, yay. So at the moment I'm in Healing Place, the Healing Trail, I always forget which one I call it, and I really want to explore a new part of it today. It's in the north of the forest and it's just always kind of invited me in, but I've never gone down it. So today I thought I'm going to take you along with me and we're going to see what we can find. At the moment I'm walking down Majestic Way. It's so beautiful. Here we are, down this path we go, next to this huge Douglas fir, I think. Looks like a flake bar. Okay, so let's go. At the moment it kind of just looks like ferns, which is fine. Love ferns. Definitely some sort of portal ahead. Oh, it feels really open here, actually. Look at the tall firs waving. It's a bit of an ambient feel, actually, to this place. There's no birds. It's a bit spooky, actually. So, I can see something in the distance and it looks really cool. Oh, this is cute. Little sugar dusted logs. I see a really unusual tree there, like a yew. Oh, these are nice too. Oh, little pools. Oh, they're so sweet. And it's really mossy here too. Oh, I love that. This is interesting. These huge kind of trunks here. I love how that's eroded like that. That's so cool. There's 3 of them here. Like they were kind of like the old greats of the forest a long, long time ago. This is their like corpse. Oh, look, it looks like a throne. A throne for a fairy. And she can sit right there. And the third one here. Oh, this one is so cool. There's a face. A weird face, but there's a face. Look at the roots, aren't they magical? I love how you can see they're old. Because they've kind of just eroded. But anyway, let's talk about this there's definitely a yew tree. A new ancient yew. And it's so weird because it's like really big there, and then you go up and it's still that there, and then it goes up to there. I feel like I'm in some sort of sacred place, and I love that. I cannot believe I found this amazing new place, and looking back on it now, it's like a sign that this chair was like a throne, that it was telling me to sit on it and ground myself. And I love seeing the metaphor in nature that we can apply to ourselves. So I took on board that advice and did exactly that. I tried a grounding technique, and this is the 5 senses grounding technique. This is where you tune in to your senses, to what is going on around you. So by listening and really listening to what's going on around you, then touching something and really feeling how it feels, by smelling, it could be something you like or simply the air around you, and really seeing something and looking at the details of something, and lastly by tasting something. And I usually bring a drink or something to eat for that one. Lo and behold, it worked, and I felt really, really grounded. However, it wasn't long before the thoughts came back. So I decided to kind of embrace other elements of my life and use foods to help me ground myself. Foods such as oats and also nuts to help me ground and kind of heal my root chakra further. So it was then Wednesday morning, and I spent the last 2 days kind of grounding myself, and I woke up to such a beautiful sunrise that I just had to go into the woods, and I felt like it was calling me. And I went back to my new ancient find. I could not get over how it was just what I needed right now, and I decided I needed to embrace it, this time during the golden hour. And I am so glad I went when I did. Each of the 3 tree stumps were beautifully lit up by the sun, and it beamed through them overhead. I was so engrossed and in the moment that I sat on the throne and meditated for around 10 minutes, taking in everything it had to offer. After I sat on the throne, something significant happened, and I felt like I was given a sign. A little robin came down and sat upon the throne and became remarkably close to me. He stuck around for a few minutes and then gracefully flew off. I don't know if any of you here believe that animals are trying to give you or convey a message. I just realised I've been noticing robins absolutely everywhere, and this little robin, he was so close to me, and the fact that he was sitting on the throne, it really got me to think. And later on that day, I decided to look up the meaning of a robin spirit guide, and I was pleasantly surprised. Robin says, it's time to let go of anything in your life that's stagnant and plant the seeds for the new by setting your goals and intentions for the coming year. Well, it's my birthday on Friday, so of course, let go of your attachment to drama and allow as much joy and laughter into your life as you possibly can. What have I been worrying about the last 3 days? Been worrying about I've not been in the moment, I'm not grounded. I need to just get over that. Like, I'm dwelling on that. Move on and laugh. I just need balance between creativity and being grounded. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. So I took aboard the robin's advice. I needed to make a wish. Well, of course I did. It will be my birthday in 2 days. So I made a list of things that I wanted to wish for, to think of when I blew out my candles. I also did what the robin told me, to put my mind off the drama. So I got up and left my mind and went into my body and spent the evening just being silly. And it really took my mind off everything. I danced like no one was watching, and I chilled, and I literally just did what I wanted to do without conflicting. So, because this place made me feel so whole and grounded, I became inspired. So inspired, for that matter, that when it came round to my birthday, I wanted to create an afternoon tea. But this afternoon tea was going to be very, very special. It was going to be a magical afternoon tea. A magical afternoon tea for me is where I choose foods that have certain qualities and colours to them to help me feel a certain way. I wanted earthy, grounding foods and green foods. I love green on birthdays because it can really signify health, growth and new life. Plus, it's my favourite colour, of course. First item was going to be cakes I have enjoyed all my life, and these are called Anzacs. They are oaty, coconutty cakes and are so moist. They are simple yet Moorish. I usually top these off with red glacé cherries, but to go with the colour scheme of my tea party, I used green. I also decided to make key lime cupcakes. Lime just gives my taste buds life and would be such a burst of flavour on top of everything else. I wanted them to signify new life and this new year that I have yet to embark on. I love the idea of a sprouting pot, so I used these cute silicone pots to bake the cakes in and top them with lime butter icing, and lastly a Peking pistachio nut still in its shell to look like a new sprout. Lastly, I needed a birthday cake. Of course, at present there is only 2 of us at home, so I decided to make a smaller birthday cake that was a realistic size, and of course it was going to be chocolate. I cut smaller cakes from a big cake and then stacked them on top of each other using chocolate icing. I then used the inspiration from my new find in the woods, and I turned the cake into the most wisest of all cakes. I wanted someone wise to grace this tea party, and I loved its silly, quirky smile so much. I also, of course, decorated my home, turning it into a lovely little woodland scene and making everything exactly right for the day, so I would be able to come downstairs and be surrounded with earthy woodland goodness. And it was time for sleep. And finally, it was Friday, my birthday. Oh, it was such a magical day, and my mind felt a lot calmer and present, and I was so happy about that. I kept thinking about the message the robin had given me and how I needed to embrace my silliness, and it was this that took me out of my head and back into my body. And with some final preparations, it was time for the magical afternoon tea. We had such a wonderful afternoon tea, and we did the afternoon tea over Skype to my other family members, and it was so nice to be able to speak with them online and also to blow out my candles with them watching. And of course, when I blew out my candles, I didn't forget my extra special wish this year. Also, the presents I received were extra special. I had some truly lovely gifts, some very practical, and some that I cannot wait to use, and I appreciated them so much. After the tea, I journeyed into the woods for a lovely birthday walk, and this time brought a very special person along with me to show him my new favourite place. And once we got there, it was time for a very special ceremony. And I'm going to name this new amazing place the Wise Ones, with the face, the throne and the log. Happy birthday to the wood. It's been 1 year since I've known you, and happy birthday to me. I'm 1 year older, but you've made me wiser and you've made me more appreciative of everything. So thank you, wood. Is it raining? Or is it snowing? So, the moral of the story, and what I learnt last week, is if you ever find yourself ungrounded and can't rest your mind, give yourself a few days to relax, and don't be mean to yourself or try to fight it. It will be okay with time and patience. Try to leave your mind with the techniques and activities that bring you back into your body and make you smile and laugh to get yourself back on track. Even if you don't have a forest to go to, nature can bring us messages in all shapes and forms, and if we look really closely, we can see them and learn from them. I love you so much, Enchanted Ones. Thank you for watching. You help me to laugh and grow every day, and I hope I can do the same for you. All my love, Alwyn. Oh, I'm so